Hey guys, it's me again. So I told you that I was going to do another episode telling you about the second guy I dated. To show you how I learned, but I didn't. You'll see what I mean when I tell you this. The second guy I dated, if anybody's heard episode, I don't know if it's 5 or whatever, listen to it because you'll understand. You need to hear it. So episode 6, second guy I've dated. Same thing. Good looking dude, has the money, has his own company, the cars, the houses, the everything all over again, right? The same shit. Has it all. I don't know what I was doing to attract these ones, man. I'm telling you, because they were all the same. All the same. Sometimes the opposite just might work. So, we start dating. 3 years later, he asked me to move in. So I'm like, okay, well, I had a house, so I found someone who would rent it from me, right? But they didn't want it or couldn't have it until a month down the road. And so I'm like, okay, that's fine. So I can just leave it vacant and check up on it from, every couple days or something like that. So I move in with guy number 2. I wake up after the first night and he's got a beer in hand and it's 7:30 in the morning. And I thought, oh, maybe he's just excited, right? Because, still celebrating that this is a big milestone, right? Moving in with one another. So I thought, okay, he's still celebrating, whatever. I didn't say anything. The second morning I get up, and he's got a beer in hand. And it's 8 o'clock in the morning. And now I'm thinking, okay, there's seriously something fucking wrong here. And I don't like this. Like, I'm not feeling really happy at the moment. Didn't say anything. The third morning, same thing fucking happened. And that's when I said, dude, listen, we got to sit down. Come here. Well, what? What's going on? I can just stand and just come and sit down, man. Come fucking chill out. So he sits down and I said, what's going on? Why have I woken up for 3 days in a row after just moving in with you and I see a beer in hand for 3 days in a row at the wee hours of the morning? What the fuck is going on? Don't tell me you're still celebrating because 3 days have come and gone. What's going on? Is this you? Like, is this something I never noticed? I never paid attention to? Is this something you never said? What is it? And he goes, it's nothing, man. It's just fine. I said, no, this is not fine. I'm not living with someone who has to drink at fucking 7:30 in the morning, man. Now, he owned his own company. We both were working from home and maybe I didn't see it because I wasn't around when I had to go to the office. And this was way pre-COVID. If anybody's thinking that. It's way pre-COVID. And I'm thinking, oh my God, like, am I with an alcoholic? Like, what the fuck is going on here? First, I get a guy that tells me he's fucking married for 20 years. And then this guy that can't fucking put a drink down. What the fuck is going on? So I looked at him and I said his name and I said, you know what? I'm going to move back home. I don't think I want to live in this. Like, if you've got something to deal with, dude, honest to God, deal with it. You'll feel good. Like, just deal with it. But don't drag me in it. Because I have nothing to do with that. I shouldn't have to go through your ups and downs with you because you're not dealing with it. Or even when you deal with it. No. Yes, marriages are like that. You're there for one another. But you got to put your fucking self first. You got to put yourself first. Not even get to the marriage point. Dating, living with one another. Put yourself still first. No ego. Fuck, I'm tired of saying that, but I got to remind people. You got to care about yourself. You got to love yourself. To be strong mothers, if you don't take care of your bodies and your minds and you have children, how are you going to be strong for your children? You know what I mean? So anyway, now this one's got a fucking drinking problem. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm out of here. Thank God I haven't unpacked everything. I'm packing up and I'm moving back to my place, okay? He fucking lost it. Holy shit. I thought he was going to beat the shit out of me. I really did. I finally had to calm his ass down and say, whoa. Like I grabbed his hands and grabbed his face and anything that I know would work on him. I finally calmed him down. I said, so I thought I calmed him down. I said to him I was going for a walk. I'll be right back. I went back. It was probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours later. I couldn't even get through the door. He changed the fucking locks. He changed the locks and he had all my clothes, everything. Like, what the fuck? My furniture's in there. Like, what the fuck? Long story short, I ended up having to call the cops. The cops came. He wouldn't even let the cops in. He knew his fucking rights. What the hell? Like, this guy's pulled this trick before or what? Cops had to get a search warrant or some warrant, something to let them in. Finally, after a fucking couple hours of that, at least, we get it. And we go in and all he said, I'm fucking gonna come after you. I'm gonna... And the cops are standing over there like they're hearing everything. He's got no qualms about sharing his feelings. And they're just kept saying, we're suggesting you keep your mouth shut and, like we can hold you in, blah, blah. And I'm just packing as fast as I can. They can fucking go on and talk amongst each other, but I'm just packing. I've called my buddies already, like when I went for the walk. I'm going to step back a bit and said, I got to get out of here. This guy's an alcoholic. I had no fucking clue for the last 3 years. We hung out all the time. He's a fucking full-blown alcoholic. I need to get out of here. He's got to deal with his shit, and he's not taking me down with him. And remember, I'm a single parent. If I haven't said that in my other episodes, I am a single parent. So I'm not interested in bringing shit like that into my fucking house for my child to take on. What's he or she got to do with it? Right? Like, they don't know that person. They didn't ask to be put in that situation. You see what I'm saying? So no. So anyway, they were all on standby. I had 3 guys come over with trucks. We loaded. I had furniture, loaded it all up, man. Just fucking left. Went home. Took a couple of days off of work. Explained to my boss, listen, I just got to unwind my mind. I feel like I've just walked through the twilight zone. I don't know what happened and how did I not see this? Why would I allow this? Blah, blah, blah. Right? Back to questioning me again. Finally, I was ready to go to work. I'm going to catch the bus. I'm heading out of the house. It's probably about 6 a.m. I open up the front door. Boom, he's right there, highly inebriated, sitting and leaning on my front step and scared the fuck out of me. I turned on the outside light. Of course, I'm going to do that because it's dark in the morning when I go to, I want to get my footing before I fucking turn it off. It's censored, but I'll turn it off. And there he was, and I went, what the fuck? Like, I was shocked to my very core. And I love you, man. I miss you so much. I said, get the fuck out of here before I have to call the cops. Don't make me call the cops in your situation, man, in your state right now. So I go back in the house. I lock the door. I shut the light. I go out the side door. Right? Because now I know I have to start going out the side door, go through the fucking alley when it's dark, which isn't any safer, just to omit him and catch the bus on the other side. He stayed on that front step for like a fucking week. I couldn't believe it. Then I thought, okay, now I see who I'm really dealing with. Not only an uncontrolled alcoholic, but he's like dependent. He can't be alone. It's pretty clear that he's not comfortable being alone. Long story short, I had to call the cops. I ended up getting a restraining order on the guy. And that was that. Only after something like, 20 years later, not 20, I'm over exaggerating, but many years later, he fucking emails my sister. My sister. How the hell did they get each other's email addresses? What the fuck is going on? Yeah. After I found that out from my sister, I don't trust her. I don't trust her not one fucking iota. And I don't give a shit. Over my 50s now and know my worth, and I got my boundaries up of how people are going to treat me. Fuck you, motherfucker. I don't give a shit who the fuck you are in my life. I don't care if you're my parent. If you mistreat me really badly and shit like that, and I don't deserve it, like, yeah, give me a spanking if I fuck up somewhere. Steal your car, crash it, I have no license. Something like that. You know what I mean? Ground me, whatever. But a little kid doesn't deserve it. I would write off my fucking parents in an instant. So to find out my sister swapped emails with one of my exes and has been communicating back and forth? What the fuck is going on? Oh, she's reaping her karma now. And I don't sit back and go, oh, good, I'm glad. Oh, I hope she gets it like tenfold. No, I don't say it like that, but I do have it in my prayers where the universe will listen to the way it's delivered. A fucking alcoholic, I find out 3 days later, every day, 3 days later after moving in with him, I had to go through a whole move out again. Reset up everything back at my place, let the individual know who was a friend who was going to rent my place, that he could no longer rent it. So back to further search for him, so I felt bad there. But again, I had signs from the universe throughout this whole process. And I ignored them. I saw them, but I ignored them. Oh my God. Even when we were just dating and not living with each other, we would go out for dinner and he'd rip through a fucking bottle of wine and I thought nothing of it. I noticed it. I saw it with my own two eyes. But I ignored it. So, number 2 is down. I ended up having to get a restraining order on him. That was that. Never saw him until probably about, 5 to 10 years later after. Found out he got married. He had a daughter. His family was judgmental. His sisters were very judgmental. I couldn't stand his fucking sisters. Oh my God, when I went there for Christmas one year, I couldn't fucking stand them. I hated their energy. Very judgmental. Very, yuck. Parents were really nice. I have horses. They're on a farm. They've done very well for themselves. The house is really beautiful, etc., etc., etc. Now his parents have disowned him. His mother will not let him back at the house again. Why? Because he didn't learn his fucking lessons and deal with his hurt and his pain from it, whatever his past is. Right? Apparently he's divorced now. His daughter doesn't want to see him. He reaches out to me for money. For money. This guy owned his own company and had money coming out of the wazoo. Where did it all go? What happened to it? When did you lose it? How did you lose it? Later to find out it's gambling. So we got another habit going on here. Isn't that fucked up? You think you know somebody in 3 years. So, I get home, unpack, start questioning myself. Have to go through the whole fucking shit all over again of forgiving myself. Why did you let this happen again? Not for the first time, but again. What the fuck is the matter with me? All sex-based. Again. All illusions again. All lies again. It's like, what the fuck? When am I going to fucking get it? Okay. So, I got to go through the healing process again. Forgiving myself again. Right? It's not easy. Because when you go through things like that, the first thing that comes out of my mouth is, what the fuck? Fuck, am I ever stupid? And one, you should never talk to yourself like that. The universe is listening. Be kind to yourself. Back to know your worth and love yourself. But back then, I was like, oh my God, am I ever fucking stupid? I can't believe I just fucking did that again. What the hell is the matter with me? Seriously, what is fucking wrong with me? So in between all that, like, he had, yeah, it's just, yeah, I did it to myself again. This next episode that I'm going to talk to you about was the kicker. This is the one that finished me right off, and I listened to every fucking sign from the universe after. This one finished me right off. I've got to go. I'll be back. And I will tell you about the last relationship that really pushed me into my transition, into my change. Like, yeah, I'll get into that. Anyway, until then, I love you all. You're probably sitting there, some of you going, okay, so she finds out he's an alcoholic, woohoo. But there's a lot in between there that I don't really need to go into and really want to talk about because I've forgiven about it. You know, like there was physical abuse. Well, there was, yeah. In all of them except the first one, there was, the first one was just all illusion. It's all illusion, all of them. But there was, mental abuse and verbal abuse and some physical abuse in that second relationship. I just didn't want to go through that. But don't worry, I'll cover all of that with the third one because the third one is what really pushed me to change. Because by this point I thought, okay, fuck this. I have had enough. It's time. It is time to put me first. Chat soon. I love you.